Alright, we're finally here, chat. I got it all ready to go. So we'll go over the trades, and then we're gonna go over the AI challenge, and then, well, maybe we'll do, yeah, I don't want to wait too long to do AI challenge, account challenge, run through. Don't wait too long. I don't want to wait too long for that, and then we can go into the market and review situation, and then a game plan for Monday. So let's go. Down though. There we go. I guess I could just, well, no, then it's like it's too loud, that I'm talking too loud. Let's go ahead and go to the trades, and we'll take it from there. All right. So this was this week. Not too bad. I think we're missing a trade though, because there was like a Walmart trade in here, and then I was trying to like mess around with it and fix it, and I guess I deleted it and it won't add it back. So now that it's gone, it just disappeared. So we are working on a method to track my own trades now, and with the account challenge it might be a little bit easier to do so. So we probably won't be paying, and we'll have to figure out how to use AI to make a notebook. So that's now you could probably create like a custom GPT to be your notebook. Like you would give it the parameters, and then I have to play around with that. Anyway, we won't be paying for a notebook again. Just, I don't think anybody has to. It's also a shame that that they're not built in to. I mean, you have your record of trades, but it doesn't give it to you in any comprehensible way. I mean, I don't know its settings. Like I could change. Like I can export this. Like how do you make this comprehensible? So quantities, days, trade price, mark change. Did it apply it? Oh yeah, I can beta weight those two, but so I don't think it. Gotta get going, chat. Okay. This is helpful. Now the percent change, like you want that to be above, everything has to be above, well, it has to be above inflation, and it has to be above the current, like, interest rate. So like this IBIT's at 4.2%. Well, I need that bumped up. we need to bump that up. I mean, considering oh no, here it is. So for the Bitcoin, P&L percent is 28. So that's just year to date. Okay. Google 24%. Okay. This is what you want to see. What about Walmart? Where's Walmart? Change P&L year to date. What does this tell us though? Like, what is this telling me? Is that like what it is right now? They have a positive P&L. Gotta stop trading the futures. Amazon one, but that one was worse. These are all these earnings plays. Hims, that was a good trade. Oh, Robinhood, I think I traded that on earnings. Being a cowboy and doing that. Okay. Alright, so we'll go through the trades and then we'll go through the AI challenge and we'll do the week in review and make a plan for next week, because next week earnings start. So earnings are upon us. Let's go. What is this? Oh, this was a below VWAP trade, but on Friday Schwab was not acting right and things weren't updating quick enough, and I got in and out of this trade, which is a good thing because the market is ultimately going up, but it was below VWAP, so I was at the retest, and then it took off, but luckily I was able to get out before the system started glitching out, like the prices weren't updating, and so I didn't trade anymore that day. That was a little unfortunate and also a little scary. That's okay. Actually, it's not okay, but what are you gonna do about it? Like, are they gonna... I mean, I don't know what you do about it. You just have to raise a fuss, I guess. The powers that be. And hope something changes. Because, yeah, people probably lost a lot of money on Friday. My IBIT position, I closed one side of this, so this is just a cash secure put. But I should just put cash. What? I'll close one of those for a profit. And we have one more going, so, and that goes into the new strategy, so we'll keep that on. This was me trying to be tricky, I guess. Probably below VWAP trade. We can see if I wrote it down. 10th. Yes. Oh, it is kind of all there. It's just sort of like... Oh, look at that. Huh? Let's go. This must have been the first part of the trade. Yeah. VWAP. I don't know what the RVOL was, but this is the same trade, I think. RVOL. I really need their... weird visual glitch. It's gone long though, as you can see. It's a good trade. So this is on the 9th. Below VWAP trade. I'm moving all around. Tag. On the 9th. Well. They're below VWAP trade. Well, that was above VWAP. Okay. So this is on the 8th. Okay. I'm writing them down. That's good. That's change from before. Right, high RVOL above VWAP, but it was a gapper. It was a fun trade. I didn't make enough money on it, but it was a good trade. Like, entry, it's exit up there. Oh, okay. It was a short put that I got out of on the 30th. Yeah, short put. Or like a cash secured put. There we go. 5 minute VWAP. Okay. They're from the previous week. Oh, this is the whole month. Alright, so got everything. Alright, so it's been the same. The whole month so far. So it's 200. We got to keep that momentum then. So we're having a positive 13 days in, so we need to keep that up. So 3 more weeks. So see what we could do in 3 more weeks. What we're going to do, and it goes along the lines of what we're already doing, but we consulted AI and got a little strategy to put everything together to earn a little bit more consistent income. We'll go through that now. So the weekly income blueprint, let's go. This is an image generated by Gemini. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the weekly income blueprint. So we're going to target, and this was kind of give AI the parameters of like what we needed to do and how we needed to allocate, and we kind of refined the strategy, and it's a little bit of what I was doing before, but a little less day trading, and a little more options trading to get a consistent return, and see if we can do it, see if it'll work, see how you manage it. Some of the building blocks already in place, but we're going to add to it. So we're targeting this. It could be a little bit more. Might refine these slides a little bit because of what's already in the account. There's some things. This is what we want to shoot for. I'm gonna have to rearrange some things to make some of it happen. But I did realize, like, I was doing a 0 DTE strategy, that IWM actually has 0, but it's not necessary to play the 0 DTE. But it's kind of a lot of risk that you're putting out there. So this will be focused on sort of weekly strategies around IWM and TLT. We'll do risk-defined spreads on QQQ, and the other part of this too is you want to stagger your expiration dates. So that's kind of something else I have to think about too, is like, you don't want necessarily everything expiring on the same day. You don't have to, so now you can stagger. You can have something kind of going once you, oh, I guess it's more like once a week or different days of the week. So you're doing something every day. Like you have like Mondays to Mondays, Tuesdays to Tuesdays, maybe Wednesday to Wednesday, you know, you see the thing Friday to Friday. And then we already have iBit on, so we have cover calls on Walmart right now. And then that might get replaced. So or maybe I'll just add the other one. I don't know. That's a lot of capital. It kind of breaks the capital allotment rules if I keep the Walmart trade and add another trade. They have to work on that. But the core that we need to build towards is IWM and TLT as the primary wheel strategy, QQQ spreads, and then cover calls on a dividend stock, and iBit because it's fun and winning. So I have one little fun trade. You have to have an interesting trade, otherwise you're not gonna log into your account. It's all just boring, like set it and forget it, then you're never gonna log in. So you need to give us a reason to log in every day. So it's designed for consistent weekly income. It utilizes diverse option strategies, aims for high returns, and optimizes capital utilization within account limit. And this is an AI. I had Gemini make this slide, and you can't get rid of this line up here. I mean, I don't know what that's about, but whatever. I need to fix this, but this is what it will, the portfolio will look like. So the weekly target for each bucket in the portfolio, we have IWMTLT. We're trying to get about $200 a week there, $170 from our QQ spreads, Cover calls, trying to get $100, which is possible because IBIT. That's the other reason IBIT's in there. It's high IV. Oh, we can even get down to like managing our deltas and our thetas. This does not include that. I might want to look at that so we're not overloading anyone, especially the deltas. Like, keep those in check. So I might add that to this since we're dealing with options. You kind of, some of these are delta neutral though. Let's see how much theta. Keep our theta in check. With some of these being spreads and cover calls, I'm not too worried about that. It's not like we're just doing all naked, you know, cash secure puts. That's not what we're doing. So I would add that to this. So I'll make a note of that to add the theta, tracking theta, that make sure it stays within the limits. Theta and the delta, that we're keeping those in check. So this will be the capital allocated to each thing. So IWM TLT will get the majority of the puts, cash secured puts, and then QQQ $1,000, 2 $5 wide spreads. Maximum risk is 500, and they have cash secure puts on IBIT. This is wrong. These numbers are wrong. I need to update this because this is only $27 a share. So this will be anywhere from like 200 to 500 shares, depending on how much margin you take out, and then the cash buffer, so that we can roll and move trades around. I guess also too, we need so we need tracking for, I can edit this. So we need tracking for well, we need tracking for delta, theta, and then here I don't remember what I was going to say here. So tracking delta and theta, and then this is the capital allocation. So this is how the QQQ spreads will be set up. So 5 DTE, $5 wide, not 5. Oh yeah, the 5 DTE. I don't need a specific number here. That's just all this amount. Sell a 5 DTE put spread, earn about this much credit. We're gonna do 2. Max versus $1,000. If it goes completely in the money. I guess the one thing to think about this is, I wonder if you could go out like sell one in the 5 to 7 range DTE, and then sell another one in the 14. And then so every time you're rolling out 1 to 14 and then 1 to 28. So you're constantly rolling them down. I might do that. Have them on different weeks so that they're staggered and you're constantly rolling. So I think I would do 2, but then I'd have them at separate weeks. And I might do 7 days. Might do every 7 days. So I have 1 at the 7 and 1 at the 14 when I start this. So the cash put, we already have this on. So we'll keep this one on. This one's on longer. So this one I think is actually, it's not a weekly, it's I think I went all the way out to like September. So I might just leave this on until we get, so we need to get what, $100 a week. So I need to get what did I get for the credit? Let me see what I got. Let me pull this down so I can back on. So what did I get? 200. So I would want another 100. Yeah. So I need 100 out of this one, and then I need to start maybe the weekly rolling. Yeah. So this one I need to get $100 more, and then get the weekly roll. We'll say this Google spread for now. We could still do a QQQ one. What do we have here? This is a call spread. That's just because I'm having that on. We're not probably going to get rid of that. We're keeping that on. It's not at 90 yet. So we can add a QQQ, so we can add that. This one, I need $100, then I'll start this part of the strategy. And then the covered calls. So right now we have, Walmart, but that's not following the procedure, so we're going to have to switch it. How much I'm getting in income from the So, what's Walmart's dividend? It's like the same. It's the same 20 cents a share on a quarterly basis. The yield on that other one is bigger, but only just because the price is smaller. So Walmart's kind of the same thing, but I would need more shares, and that's a different capital allocation. So, we'll have to work out the math on that, or retool the the ChatGPT to include Walmart. What are the weekly? So then I'd have to kind of switch to weekly covered calls then. So there's what am I supposed to get out of that? So the covered calls. So what is it weekly for Walmart? I could get more for those covered calls. So I might switch my covered call thing. I'll go then back in there and I'll change it. So my covered call for the next few might be Walmart instead of this. So I'll have to change some things about it. Keep short put notional less than available cash. Okay. Hold a good margin buffer. Close losers because we're selling credit at 1.5 credit received. Okay, we could do that. Stagger expirations Monday, Friday. Scale down on CPI and FOMC weeks. Okay, I could do that. Those rules are gonna stick. The one thing I need to change is the covered call strategy is gonna be Walmart, which is gonna bump it up to like 98.00. So that maybe takes out the TLT, so I can't do TLT, so this would only be 20. So I would take out TLT. So 20500 plus 1. Oh. plus 800. Okay. That gives us a little more leeway too. I could sell more QQQ. I have room to even maybe sell 2 wheels on, do the wheel for 200 shares on IBIT. Because like TLT, like I get it, you know, I get it, but it is a bit of a slow mover, and it's like, well, if you have to take it easy on FOMC weeks, you don't have that trade on FOMC weeks. Like you don't, I mean, you're gonna get the better premium, but that trade is like ground zero for those weeks. Like, so this is actually going to be Walmart probably, because I already have this and it's profitable, so I don't necessarily want to give it up, even though maybe I'll have to maybe ask ChatGPT what the pros and cons are. I guess one thing is I would get more shares, and so like for Walmart I could maybe only do 200 shares or 100 shares versus getting 200 to 500 shares. So I might have a conversation, but right now as it stands, it's still Walmart because that's the position that I have. So here's okay. Let's add it all up. 2500. Plus okay, so we're at about 42, so we have a little bit more of a buffer. So let's go I did this in a spreadsheet. I gotta get the spreadsheet going too. Wait. 0, 38. There's actually more like 10 here. 106500. Okay, so there's enough for like putting more here, doing another thing, so I can add one more in maybe one of these areas, or just keep it liquid for situations, or even just, I don't know, day trading is kind of somewhat detrimental, although I'd like to still try to trade TQQQ. I think that's probably my best option. So we might keep that dry, but keep this powder dry. So let's see. Then I need to figure out how much this Walmart is giving me. So I need to go back. So that's maybe what I wanted to do. So I need to figure out weekly Target or Walmart. Oh yeah, and then it was a strategy profits. Like how do I get the credit out of my account? What's the strategy for withdrawals? So I might have to add this back into my prompt and revise, but this is kind of beginning the weekly income blueprint by using the wheel strategy on indexes, using risk-defined Q spreads, and then some sort of covered call situation. Right now I have IBIT and Walmart. I could add, shoot, at that price, like I could even just add, I could add another one in there. I could add, that could be like 200 shares of that Schwab dividend ETF. Add that to it. So I have to go back and have it ChatGPT reanalyze the portfolio structure. But I think I might add that in there. Now I'm gonna have to pay for my own ChatGPT. So this is gonna have to be covered calls. Let's see. Okay. I'll have to figure out how much that would be. So I'll update that. But this is where we're starting. The account's starting at about this much. We'll make we'll do some weekly updates on this and see how these ideas come together, and how AI helped me develop this. And so I call it an AI weekly income blueprint strategy, AI account challenge, using a strategy suggested by AI, I can't even talk, to generate income in my portfolio. See how helpful it is. It sounds pretty, I call it safe and sane. But that's kind of the idea behind the strategy. Those consistent ways to earn income. Like, yes, you can go chase all the little things around the stock market, but that's not always going to give you the edge that you need in order to make consistent income from the stock market. So this is kind of an attempt to, or this is the attempt to try to do that. So my portfolio is already kind of designed this way, but now we have a little more structure around it and a challenge to work towards. So we're supposed to, and I have to set the spreadsheet. So if we're looking at about this much every week, we'll see what we could get. That would be pretty nice. So that would mean if we're looking at times 4, an extra couple grand every month. That's pretty good. That's what we need. That's all we need. So we'll see what we can do there. I should have had more hype. I need my sound machine. I don't have any, like, the energy's not coming out right now. Like, the energy's kind of subdued. We have the AI account challenge, man. AI account challenge. Need to make a whole short about it. I don't know if I have time to make that I don't have time to make that content, I don't think. Without going crazy. Or can I? Can I make that short? I'd have to I'd have to go and I'd have to get a little sample text of me typing into GTP, and then I need to explain the rationale behind the portfolio, and then I have to kind of show like quick little flashes of like me buying each position, and then you have to see the total, and then I have to say like stay tuned for week 2, and then I have to do that all again in week 2 and show whether I gain or lost money. Like, oh man, full-time content creator, chat. That's like a full-time job. Because you have to save all your little things during the week. Like, every time you're doing something to the portfolio, you'd have to have the screen recording the whole time. Oh man. Also, you have to frame it correctly too, because like, and they might all be long forms because of the way that the platforms are. I don't know if you could do a short. You could try to do it on your phone. That way you'd get the vertical, but then you need what, software on your phone to record your screen? Is that built into any of our phones currently? The ability to record the screen, or is that something you have to get extra? Okay. we're not gonna make a series. We'll just have to update y'all every time I stream on Sunday. That's what it's gonna be. Sorry, chat. We're not gonna have dopamine to the vein every day. Sorry. we can't do that. Not yet. Hey, maybe AI? No, see, that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna demonstrate something real, AI can't. Like, it'll just do some. I don't know. It'll give you a representation. I mean, I could just put that in the background and like have text. If I just wanted to do that, I could just have like text and like screenshots and have the AI do it that way. That's a possibility. All right, anyway, we need to add these things to the prompt and then revise it a little bit. And I can tell you how it all goes next week. So that'll be next week. So hopefully the portfolio will be a little bit more in line with this and we can show you some results. That'll be exciting. I think that'll be really exciting. So this is kind of what the portfolio was leaning towards. The AI gave it a little bit more structure, a little more explanation. It gave us some slides to work with. Actually, it did create. No, I will say this. So the AI also made these as a PowerPoint. I've refined them a little bit. I need to add a little bit more to them, but AI pumped this out. So that's all I'm saying. It got me there very quickly. Where I needed to go. Like, if you need to go somewhere, AI, you can't do it alone, and now you have AI. Everybody has a little partner. And pretty soon it will be a true assistant once they get the agentic part of it going. I think that's coming, chat. Like, you see all this now? It's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better. So find ways for you to use it. That's what I would say. You know, I have to save my prompts. I'm not saving my prompt. I need to make my own prompt library. Right now I'm just having I guess go in like the stream of consciousness. I'm not like formalizing my prompts. Like, that's what a true user is going to do. You're going to have your little library of prompts that you use to get the information that you need. Like, I need my little library or my GPT for like my journal. I can make one for the journal. Like, oh, here, upload your spreadsheet, and you know, you're gonna tell me all this. Oh man. Oh, GPT. Oh man, we could do that with yours. It would just be your portfolio, and we could, because you have the full chat GTP, we can make a GPT for your journal. Oh, let's go. Could totally do it. And then just like, we put it in some format and we upload the spreadsheet, and it could tell us like how things are doing. I wonder if it could remember though. Or it could at least find insights that you're not seeing in the data. Like, we just give it certain, like, we just have our parameters, and then, you know, it can analyze things for us. Like, oh, should we update this? Do we need to rebalance? Should we try a different strategy? Like, it could be kind of your partner in that regard, because it'll be able to look at all of your data. No, we're going to try it though. We're going to make a GPT, a GPT journal. See what we can do with that. But yeah, this is the weekly income blueprint section of the stream. Here we go. So let's go to the week in review. All right, index levels. The other part of this too that I could add is like volatility. Have some sort of metric or recording, or even like, is it worth? I think you just keep putting them on, because those particular items, even when it's low IV, there's like still opportunity. Like that's why I kind of like Walmart, because Walmart moves around. Walmart's exciting. Like it's just a little bit more exciting than, you know, just, I don't know, it's a little more exciting. Of the, like the staple stocks, this is like the most exciting one. This is one moves around a lot. I think it'd be nice to have another 100 shares of this. Like 200 shares of Walmart. So I need to get the capital allocations correct. I need to basically all the notes I had here. Yeah, and then maybe adding that in there. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and look at the performance for the week. So we have all major indices down for the last 5 days. The tariff thing on Friday didn't make anybody happy, and I guess maybe he said something over the weekend. Let's take a look at maybe some headlines. What do we have so far? It's a cool little infographic. Ads? What? Ads? Never-ending supply of drones has frozen the front. So who's supplying these drones? Can someone flip over the drone and tell me where they're made? Okay, anyways. Talking about America's involvement in this war, what about the other countries? Russia doesn't just make drones. I don't even want to read the article. I don't even want to read it. Oh, wow. Alaska has the rare earths we need. Oh, no. Oh, that's not what you want to hear. Remain contentious in response to China's exploiting. Alaska has untapped. They can't go up. Which can tantalum, which can serve as an alternative to Chinese pressure. So, okay, so we want to do this. How long is it going to take for them to stand this mine up? I'd have to ask ChatGTP. Federal restrictions on access to the lands permitting has not been allowed. Out-of-state national environmental groups have made a big business of opposing any Alaska resource development of rare earth minerals. Oh man, they're gonna start digging in Alaska. This will take years. It might happen though. What? This would take too long. No, it's good the regulations are in place. This would take too long. Oh, man. Why you shouldn't buy an iPhone right now. Oh, man. Oh, they're just telling you to wait for the... It's actually an advertisement because they're telling you to wait for the newest thing to come out. Everything's like clickbait nowadays. What's that one? Oh, what's the... It's 1240. Why? Oh, okay. How old is too old to get healthy? I'm not really seeing any headlines that like nobody doesn't know about here. Oh, I had kind of a thought about billionaires this morning. I was thinking about why billionaires shouldn't exist. I was just thinking, like, of all the money, like, yeah, maybe it would have gone to the government and like people would say, oh, it'd be wasted, but like at least it'd be wasted on a bunch of people and not just like one person. Like even if it just paid salaries for people, or like it paid for like construction, or it paid for a library, or it paid for something, at least whatever it did, it would like benefit more than one person or family. It would benefit, you know, you build a community center, or you build a school, or you hire another skilled, you know, a teacher or something, like that's better than it going to one person. I don't know. That's just, I'm kind of the, I mean, I was also thinking, like, if you're going to be a billionaire, like, I don't want to be like, oh, billionaires, like, I don't really believe billionaires shouldn't exist, because I believe that you should probably go as far as you can go. Like, if you're smart, then you need to go as, you know, whatever your limits are, you need to go and push those limits. So, like, go forth and conquer, but at the same time, it's like, well, you kind of need to give back, too. You can't just, like, I mean, I know they create jobs and whatever, but, like, they still have a lot more than a lot of the people. Like, and again, it's only benefiting a very small amount of people. You know, open it up to the greater good somehow. I was thinking, like, you could become a billionaire, and actually you can make infinite money, but like, if you make so much money, like, think about Elon. He has what, $200 billion? There's 88 billion, 10 billion people on the planet. Like, you have to give away the excess of the number of people on the planet. Like, he has to give away, like, he can have 8 billion, but he can't have more than 8 billion. So he'd have to give all that other money away. I don't know. That was my, they would not like that. They wouldn't, that idea would not be received well among that crowd. But I was just thinking, like, you can have 1 billion, you can have 2 billion, you can have up to the amount of people that are on the planet. That's the amount of billions that you can have individually. And then the other billions, I don't know what you would do with the other billions. I have no idea. But maybe some of it goes to charity, maybe some of it goes to the government, maybe some of it is just held somewhere. I don't know. Like, you're forced to do something with that. You need to do something for the greater good. Maybe it even goes into like a fund. Like, maybe like they were talking about how everybody gets $1,000 now when you're born or whatever. Maybe that money goes into that fund to provide liquidity. And then everybody's got an incentive to make sure everything does well because everybody's money's in there. I don't know. They'd want to withdraw. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I just feel like there should be a limit. You can have $8 billion and that's it. 10 billion. But if there's more people on the planet, you can have more billions. So maybe that's also an incentive for people to procreate, because the more people you have, the better it is. Do you hear my billionaire strategy? I don't know if you... Your DMCA. That's pretty good. Anyway, that's my billionaire strategy. You personally, you can have up to the amount of people on the planet, and then beyond that, you have to give the rest of it away, or it has to exist in a company or something. somehow you have to give back. I don't know. I wouldn't say they all hate taxes, so don't call it taxes. Call it something else. Oh, and stop. Oh, and then what made me think about it too is like, oh, they're making all these cuts, like taking things away. Like we live in some kind of scarce environment. Like, oh, healthcare is so scarce. We got to cut it. You can't have it. Bullshit. If someone can have $200 billion, we don't live in scarcity. We live in abundance. Like, give people what they need. We don't live in a time where we're like scraping the dirt. It's not what we're doing. Machines, like, taking healthcare away. What are the people going to do? I don't know what they're going to do. They're taking away their money and they're taking away their healthcare, and then making them think that people live in a world where there's scarcity. There's not. There's abundance. The people at the top are the example of abundance. There is abundance. They're making it harder to get that, and they're hoarding it and keeping it away from you, but there is abundance. So that's my rant on billionaires. Again, I'm not totally against a billionaire. It'd be cool to have $1 billion. I think that'd be neat. I just don't know that you should have like 200 billion. Like, you're your own country. I don't know. One person having that much wealth, one family having that much wealth, I don't know. Like, where are you going to put your faith, as a society? Are we putting it in one family, one entity, or what's more important, the collective or the one group? I think that's our fundamental decision, is like, who do we want to worship? What do we want to believe? Do you want to believe in those people whose interests you didn't vote those people in? Just remember that. Like, you didn't vote for those people. Like, you didn't. You voted for somebody else. And yeah, they're represented by them, but like, I think when you make that vote, you're not voting for all of the things behind that person. You're voting for that person. I guess you could make the argument either way, but like, I think most people are like, oh, it's that guy. But like, I'm just saying, like, when these other people start running their mouth and they start trying to push and pull at this and that, just remember, like, who you voted for. Do you want to listen to these other people, or do you want to listen to the person that you actually voted for? And who should they be listening to, I guess? I don't know. That's kind of... Anyway, rant on billionaires. All right, so we have to take pictures. That's what we need to do. No, that one site, I kind of want to go back to it. The AI site, the Intellectia, that had all these charts. I didn't really test it to make like a week in review like this, because I might not even really have to be doing this. Oh yeah, we need to do this too. We need to do this after, because I have because like the things didn't show up, and now I'm just tracking premiums. So I need to go in there and do that. So we can do that together, chat, after we do this. All right, so we were down a little bearish. Again, we were at all-time highs like Thursday, Wednesday, something like that. So the markets have hit new highs. Interesting though, the inverse, or the TQQQ has not. What's that mean? So the Qs, new all-time highs. The indices, the NASDAQ, NDX, new all-time highs. TQQQ, not a new all-time high. Why? Is there something about that leverage ETF that well, it reached an all-time high last time. Didn't do it, hasn't done it yet. Has not done it. Is it like a bellwether? Is it telling us something? I don't know. But that's just an observation, just so you know. Like, that's why I still have my call spread on. That's why I won't let it go. I'm not letting that thing go. And I kind of wanted to put another one on. Every time it tries to reach up to like 93 and 95 or even just 90, I kind of feel like, oh, I should put another one on. Plus volatility might go up a little bit, but that's not following the strategy. That's not following. You have to follow the rules to make consistent income. And like, I could go and chase this and that. You know, that's the other thing. I'm kind of rambling now. I'm just rambling now. My trade ideas. I don't know if I need that anymore. I think I feel like I would need it later on. But if I didn't have to pay for it, I mean, that's another position I can have on in the account. I use it for so long. I learned how to use it. I mean, if I did make what I'm supposed to make with the portfolio, I can technically keep it. But can that money go to somewhere? I mean, the Halt scanner's nice. I think there's technically one inside of Thinkorswim. I don't know. We have 3 weeks with it. So I guess what I need to do in the next 3 weeks is figure out how it fits. Or I just take like, so that 10,000 is like, that's what goes to those day trades, and that has to make up, that would have to, the penny pumper trades would have to generate that last like $10,000. It would have to do something with that $10,000. So that means like I'd have to trade, just keep trading the gappers and the penny pumpers and so I'd have to use it for that. So anything with like high volume and low price and news catalyst would have to be traded using that little buffer of money then, if I want to make that useful. And I would guess that sometimes you can get it to really go. You have to take, 250 to 500 shares at a time for some of those stocks to make it worth your while. They're really volatile. I don't know, I have to figure it out. So that's it. Might be on the chopping block. We're gonna have to let somebody go with the new strategy, and then ChatGTP itself. I mean, I know Trade Ideas has access to, but like, you don't need to be chasing like every idea. That's the other thing. I mean, if you need yield, you need to put something to work somewhere, but we can generate what we need with these like other strategies, and we don't have to chase price all over the stock market. I don't know. We have 3 weeks. We have to decide. So we're going to go through the next 3 weeks of the AI account challenge, and then we have to decide whether or not we're keeping Trade Ideas. Get paid for it for like 2 years. So not a terrible amount of time. And just like I said though, it's like, you don't have to chase everything around the internet. Or everything all around the stock market. Like, you don't have to chase every little thing. You don't need every alert. You don't need every email. Or if you do get all of those things, you have to find a way to aggregate all that information and summarize it for you. Otherwise, it's overwhelming. Anyway, let's, we can still look at this stuff, though. These resources are free, so that's nice. So, gainers on the week, and we'll do it by market cap. $1 trillion company. Oh man, $4 trillion. $1 trillion. That's crazy. One company. See, we don't live in scarcity. We live in abundance. Like, don't ever let anyone tell you, like, oh, things are scarce. No, they're not. Like, rare earths probably aren't even really scarce. They're just hard to get out of the ground. The scarcity is in the processing. It's not actually in the mineral itself. It's... Anyway. Alright, let's go to... Oh, wait, I kind of did this backwards. That's alright. Here, as my market cap. Let's look at volume as well. So we'll go to volume. Yeah, I saw this one moving. I don't know what this one was about. Oh yeah, I think it was gonna be purchased by US Foods or something. Achieves full listing compliance. Okay. Comprehensive. Okay. Today announced that it's reached an agreement on essential terms and conditions post merger with Palm. Oh, okay. So their merger agreement. Okay. No. SoFi's down here too. Yeah, SoFi's had kind of a run. I don't know, maybe that money is like for things like, you know, things like SoFi that go on a run, or those day trading kind of, or like weekly swing trade kind of ideas. And just to keep the... Maybe that's where it would go. That's really experimental. So that part of the... You don't want that part of it to outweigh the credit that you are pretty much like, you know, 70 to 80% guaranteed to get. You don't want this, you know, 50-50 shot to be taking away all of that premium. That's what you don't want. But like maybe too, like maybe if there, so let's say like right now, like volatility is really low. So like those selling put spreads on the Qs, you know, maybe that's not the best use of your capital. Like you could put it into a penny pumper. You can put it into a day trade or something. Like when volatility is at where it is right now, maybe going over to... So if you're not getting that $100 a week or whatever it's supposed to give me, maybe I save the capital and wait for higher volatility, That's something maybe to ask AI. So, like, do you want to consistently be in the market when IV is low, or only be in the market when IV is high? Or like, when it is low, what's the difference between just like saving your capital for a possible, run on SoFi or Penny Pumper, versus the low IV, low credit of the QQQ? Maybe it's just, you're probably going to get that, versus you might lose it all if you put it on the other one. But that would be something I'll ask that today too. That's another question I need to ask AI. But lots of different ideas here. It's like never-ending ideas of how to like put things in motion. I saw this one. I think I saw this one. This ended up on one of my radars, this Future FinTech group. That ended up on my radar at sometime last week. All right. Let's go ahead and look at our underperformers for the week. So losers, week, market cap. It's here again. If we go back the last 3 weeks, Berkshire Hathaway has been on the weekly losers. It's been there ever since Warren Buffett said he was leaving. Nobody's talking about this. Makes sense, but like nobody's saying anything. It's the end of an era. It's a new era. I don't know what this era is. I don't know who the Warren Buffett of this era will be. I don't know. But let's go back to last week. So who was in the losers? Berkshire Hathaway. The week before that, losers. It wasn't in there that week. Okay, so that wasn't there. So it's only been these 2 weeks. Okay, let's go back. So let's go back to the 22nd. Losers, Berkshire Hathaway. Losers. Okay, missed that week. Okay, I think we looked at that week already. Losers, Berkshire Hathaway. Oh my god, it's been every other week. How much are they down? That's not good. That's not good, chat. Losers year to date, market cap. Oh. Really? All right, gainers year to date. Market cap. Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. Okay, never mind. It's a winner. We're still up. We're still up. Don't worry about it, chat. I'm just making stuff up. It's still up on the year. See the biggest change. Regenicell Bioscience Holdings, DeFi Development Corp, SRM. These are all like little penny pumpers. These are all your possible... I don't want to see stuff that's like up maybe with the market. So I want to see like 2 to 10%. Things that'll keep going. Really? Oh. Energy. Okay. Maybe something that's up like, yeah, like in the 7% area. Top, yeah. Come back down again. Goobus! This would be a good place to look for trades. It's a Goobus! Hmm. The dividend on this? 2%? Oh. It's cheaper than Walmart. What are the what do the options look like? Oh, they got weeklies. They got weeklies, chat. They got weeklies and we got volume. Ooh, AstraZeneca. Oh, I kind of like. Well, it's not that great. The monthlies have better traction than the weeklies do. Yeah, I mean that Schwab. I think that high dividend Schwab is kind of this middle ground of like picking your own covered call situation. So it's still. I think it's probably still a better strategy, but I got to put all the parameters into ChatGPT. But I found a little thing here to find trades. This is. Oh man. We have a loud kitty. Dad, do you have any suggestions for a little kitty that likes to yowl to get her way? Oh, it's the Goobus. Came with the house. "14 years ago, yesterday, she had kittens in the backyard." That's the kitten you see here, the cat. This was her offspring. 55. Okay. No, this is like a good thing for trade. So I did gainers year to date, and then looking in the stuff that's not super high, like not, you know, the 20% that you have in Nvidia. But maybe some room to keep going. They're all at 20% too. They have mining companies. Anyway, so yeah, I kind of like this for like trade ideas. Using this. These penny pumpers. Huh. Need to create like a watch list of all of these. Like everything that's up like hundreds of %, but only like less than $10. So you'd say I want to do it by 2 things though. Gowler? Okay. Oh no. Oh, I gotta dig deep into this. I gotta dig deep into stock now. This is nice. This is a nice little scanner situation. Also cheaper than Trade Ideas. Or it's free. Kind of dirty. There's Goobus. There she is. There's Goobus. Look how tall she's so small. Look how small she is. Does she have a little place she could be in here? I'm almost done in here. I'm almost done, I think. Alright, we got that. Goober! I pee on the computers. Oh, goo. Don't let her pee on there. So our performers for last week were oil and gas, mining materials, energy, semiconductors, home builders, utilities. This is kind of defensive. And then financials, but they have earnings this week. They'll probably be up next week. Let's go ahead. We can look at that because that's the other exciting thing. There's lots of action this week. Add this there. Oh, the sectors. Here we go. I guess if I could get Trade Ideas to create these for me, but then knowing they're free on that one website and cheaper even if I paid for that website, I don't know. We'll have to find a new Halt scanner. It doesn't have a level 2, at least that I can use. It has AI features, but you have to pay more for that. And again, I'm not totally keen on like chasing every ticker around the stock market. All right. Trades for the week. We can go ahead and just put this in there. Goober? Goober? Come in here, Goober. Come in here, Goober. Oh. So the takeaways are we're starting to set up the structure for the weekly income blueprint, but we need to implement the weekly income blueprint So we need to do that. We need to incorporate that into our trading strategy. So we need to ask GTP all those questions, chat GTP, all those questions that I refine the way that the parameters, and then also add in how I should take profits. That's something I want to ask it as well. I think this is fun. Come here, Goobs. Come here, Goobs. She's gonna pee in here, but at least we can clean it up. So the new trade ideas really are, and then I think you could still do this. So maybe even ask this too of this, you know, how would you run this in a bear market? How do you run this weekly income blueprint in a bear market? See what it comes up with. See if it'll come up with an idea for us to use. So we need to implement the AI account challenge. So we're gonna add that to it. We do have earnings this week, so let's pull up the browser where I have my X account here. And don't get sucked into any of this, chat. Don't do it, chat. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, juicy earnings. Let's go. I'm here. Goobus? What you doing, Goobus? What you doing, Goobs? Gooba noobs? Gooba noobanatus. Earnings 7/14. We have earnings, baby. So Tuesday's big day. Let's go. Oh, fast nails before. Ooh, I wanted some of that. I kind of wanted that. I wanted a little bit of it because it's like just chug, 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 chug. And I think they had a stock split and it pays a dividend. I wish I had some dry powder in my long-term account. Just because the chart's so good. That's right, Goober. That's right, Goober. Dang. I need to add, I'd have to add a new position to my account. And the thing about the long-term portfolio is like, I need to consolidate some of that so I have more shares of things. Because right now it's kind of too distributed. It needs to be like just a few things, like, hey, you can't have everything. Anyway, I'll be looking at that in the morning, so I'll take a look at that because I wanted some of that because the chart is just so crazy good. And then we got Tuesday, so we start up on the banks. When does JP? Oh, there's 3M this week too. We gotta look at that. We gotta be. Oh, this is why you need dry powder, chat. I could stop my recurring payments on on the recurring things on my stuff in my long term to free up money during earnings week when like stuff might go on sale. Strategy for the long-term account. We got it. We need to consolidate what's in there. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to go in, I need to put the thing on ChatGTP and say I want to consolidate this portfolio into some key positions and then build those positions up. Which one should I keep? Which one should I get rid of? And what should I allocate to each thing? Little financial advisor of sorts. Goober? What do you have to say, Goobus? What's Goobus gonna trade? Goobus, what are you gonna trade, Goobus? Oh, JP's on Tuesday. Okay, JP on Tuesday. Let's go. Yeah, so some good names this week. Oh, Goober. Oh no. Is this what you do to my mom? What you do? Oh, she's giving me a look. Man, she gives you a death stare, this cat. Oh man. Goober? What are you doing? You can't yowl like that. Goober? What are you doing, Goober? Come here. Staring at the door. Here, Goober. He's scowling, really. Oh, wow. Come here, Goober. Come here. She doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to have any of it. Alright, we'll copy the image. We're gonna put that here. Earnings are starting. And then I guess the last thing is maybe we could look at the calendar real quick. And while we're at it, might as well just fire up Camtasia so I can start the short. So here you go, witness it all, chat. Witness the magic. Rah. Oh, Goober. Goobus. No, keep it open. Keep it open so you can go through both rooms. Keep that door closed. Yeah. She'll start screaming in there. Musical doors with Goobus, everybody. Musical doors. She's fine. She's a good girl. She opened the door. She opened the door. She knows how to open doors. She's good at opening doors. She might pee in there, though, but that's okay. She's like 15 or 16 years old. She's a elder cat. But she's still got all the spunk and spice. Like, she's, yeah, Goober's like, yeah, 100 years old, but she's not any less spicy than she was years ago. She's a spicy little cat. Sassy. Alright, what do we got here? So Monday, no news, market probably go up. Tuesday we have FOMC speakers. Yeah, FOMC stuff. Okay, lots of speakers. Yap. Wednesday, I wonder what they're gonna talk about. Cause like, oh, they're trying to like find cause to fire Powell. God, what are they doing? Anyways, Goobus. Let's see, core PPI. Okay, some inflation data coming out. And then Thursday we have retail sales, unemployment claims. Friday, no news. Well, consumer sentiment. So watch out on your day trades on Friday, because that'll like lick you out of your trades. So not too crazy, other than maybe the FOMC speakers, what they're gonna have to say, and then trade deals, I guess. And then the Fed meetings at the end of the month, and then there's no meeting in August. There's only Jackson Hole, which maybe then he might signal in August that he's gonna cut rates. Because they were already going to do it in September. Goobus, what are you doing, Goobus? Looking at my arms, chat. Distracted. Completely distracted. Oh! Goober? Oh no, this is what she does to my mom. Where? No. What a bad little animal. Misbehaving. Not appropriate behavior. No disciplined Goobus. So the data's not what's coming out next week. So CPI, that's kind of important. So Tuesday we have CPI, and then Wednesday we have PPI. So inflation data with some Fed speak. That's about all we have for next week, plus earnings. So earnings. So maybe a little wild and crazy. We'll have a little bit of a roller coaster ride next week. But I don't know that the market's pricing in anything wild. I think the move for Monday was like, what's the move? Let's take a look. So let's look at like the SPX. What move do they have for next week? How much can you get for these ones? What if I sold XPX options? I'll have to add that in there too. We still have questions for the AI to answer. Okay. Like, what if I use SPX? It moved crazy. There's not right. There's a lot of people. 0 days. 2 days. 30 delta. Which do we get? What's going on? Oh. Goober. Oh my god, what are we gonna do about Goobus? Oh, Goober. Cash settled. Oh, chat. What about XSP? How's that doing? How's the options? How are the options here? How's the trade? There's not very much. How come people don't trade this? Oh man, people need to trade this. We need more people trading this. The open interest. Oh, and it's like cash settled. Yeah. Anyways. So we have earnings. So we need to implement the new AI count challenge, which means we need to calculate how much the Walmart is contributing. And then we need to see if we can add in, what it means to add in the dividend ETF, and then also some of the parameters around taking profit. So I need to work those parts of the strategy out. But we have some of those positions on. Maybe we work on getting that IWM position in there, and figuring out, based on what we currently have, what our weekly output will be, and then try to get the portfolio more in line with that and keep tracking this AI idea for the rest of the month. That's what we're going to do to earn consistent income. Again, the weekly income blueprint, that's what we're looking for. And then also need to evaluate whether or not we keep trade ideas. So that's something to think about too. Next week's earnings, some data, and then FOMC speakers. So that's something to think about there. Oh yeah, I was gonna get that going. So let's go ahead and save this as 7. Might not have the template to it. Well, maybe it does. Yeah, I think it does. Okay. Okay. Let me see if there's a trade update. Okay, there is a trade update. So 3 trade ideas, trade update, earnings, calendar, earnings, what's on the radar. Okay. I think we're good to go. All right, well, I think I'll work on the short. We'll get that out in a few minutes, maybe a couple hours. And then I'll wait for the market to open in about 90 minutes. So remember, this is for educational, informational purposes only, not intended to be advice or financial advice or recommendation. I'm not a financial advisor. Just trying to find a way to well, now we have AI, so we're using AI. We're going to implement an AI strategy to try to generate weekly income and consistent income in the portfolio. That's the idea. Oh no. So that's what we're going to try. See if we can do it. And I wish you a safe and profitable trading week. And